In everyone's professional career, there are always people who influence you, inspire you, send you in directions that you wouldn't otherwise have moved. Joan Durbridge is certainly one of those, and it was in my very early years that Joan had foreseen the degree-trained physiotherapist. And for those who trained with a certificate, as we did, but later converted to a diploma, she thought we should obtain a master's and was encouraging me to follow Joan Walker and to go to Canada. But my heart being set on the Brompton, I didn't do that, but did take her advice at a later date, and had the opportunity at the Brompton to do a Master's in Research Methods at King's College. I was one of the first in the group our tutor was Dr. Cecily Partridge. I also had the opportunity to undertake Master's or a Health Executive MBA at the University of Kiel, and to do a PhD at Imperial College. That was under the auspices of the medical section, although it was physiotherapy and further work in airway clearance. So Joan was very instrumental in developing my career, and for that I'm most grateful. We kept in touch over the years, and I would visit her on my return to Christchurch. And it was when I was mulling over whether to stay on as head of physiotherapy at the Brompton Hospital or to move sideways into a senior research fellow's post that I was in Christchurch and having a cup of coffee with her. And Joan, in no uncertain terms, said the research post. And that is what I did, and have no regrets. We were delighted when Joan was awarded an MBE for her services to physiotherapy and for the many voluntary organisations to which she had given so much time. It was recognition of how much she had done for so many and how many lives she had shaped over the years. Joan and I continued to keep in touch, and after her stroke, her sister Kona Mead continued Joan's correspondence with her many friends, and we kept in touch with Joan through Kona until she died, and that too was very special. Bunny and Heath I have already referred to, but they were the most amazing couple and so supportive of one another, both professionally and personally. Bunny experienced a few transient ischemic attacks in later years, but was not going to allow those to defeat her. And I remember her visit to the UK to receive her fellowship of the Chartered Society of Physiotherapists, and she was accompanied by Heath. But she, on her arrival at the airport, walking to the car, said, "I have my pockets filled with stones these days, Jennifer," she said. "This helps my balance when I'm playing tennis." So there was nothing that she would let obstruct what she was still keen to continue with her various activities. Heath was a wonderful woodcarver and also a very good cook, his speciality being Chinese meals, and there were many happy dinner parties in the Thompsons' home. Thinking again of New Zealand and New Zealand days, and during my longer periods of working in New Zealand, I had always been a member of the New Zealand Society of Physiotherapy. Therapists, it's confusing when you have the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy and the New Zealand Society of Physiotherapists. Physiotherapy in New Zealand is easier to cope with. But I'd always been a member of the society and had been interested, probably following in my father's footsteps, in committee work as a means of being able to influence the direction of the profession or body. I was a member of the Canterbury branch for some time and eventually a member of the National Executive. And this gave me a very much greater appreciation of the different practices of physiotherapy within New Zealand. During my time on National Executive, I had finished working full-time in the public system and had taken over Bernice Thompson's practice when she retired. So I had a foot both in the private field and the public field.